Hey, Nick. How's it
Can you hear
going?
me?
Yeah, I can. Is that you?
What's up, Mike?
Hey, not much. What are you doing, man?
I just finished up with some dinner. I worked out before that, so just taking care of myself. How
Sounds
about you?
good. Sounds good, man. Sorry I'm running a little bit late, but you know how it goes, man. Everybody's busy nowadays.
Yeah, no problem. I was just I was just worried, like, I didn't know if it was like East Coast time or something. I
Right.
was like,
Yeah, my assistant, she's in the Dallas area, but she does all my scheduling and everything. So sometimes, it's a little bit off, but we manage to make it work.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely, man. You have a good day today?
yeah, dude. I really good actually. I got some things coming in that are gonna like allow me to, purchase that car I told you about. I was talking about like
Absolutely.
how I don't have a car. I haven't had one for a while, but now I'm going to be able to get one here probably in the next month. So I'm pretty pumped.
Man, that sounds great, man. So tell me, first of all, I want to welcome you to the show. This is the Relevance Podcast, something I started a few months ago, and we're doing pretty well with it, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So, Nick, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Mike. Thanks for
All
having me.
right, no problem, buddy. So now tell me a little bit about just how it has been just without a vehicle. I mean, I know you're from New York, so in New York, you really don't need a vehicle, do you?
I mean, yeah, not so much. Like, I originally came from like the Midwest, like, so I had a car in Iowa, and then, I was used to having one, and then, I had to sell it when I moved into New York City because, I mean, you can't have one there unless you want to pay out the butt for parking. And I mean,
Wow.
it's pointless to even have one,
So,
just because you
yeah.
got the subway.
So give me an idea of what parking costs there. I mean, like monthly, or
Oh,
how do you pay it?
well, I did buy a motorcycle there, and to park a motorcycle per month in downtown Manhattan, it was about $200 a month just for a motorcycle.
Just for a motorcycle. I can imagine what a car would be.
Yeah, like they do it. They go on tiers too. Like if you got like a Nissan or Honda or something like
Oh,
that,
really?
it'll be like $400 a month probably. And then once you
Wow.
start getting into like a more luxury vehicle, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
$600-700, and then once you get up into like a Range Rover, like a big Benz or a big
Wow.
SUV
Yes,
Escalade, you
yes.
spend like $1,000 a month.
Wow. That city just never ceases to amaze me, man. How long were you there?
I was there for almost 4 years.
Wow, man. I take my hat off to you, man. I mean, that's an incredible place to be. If you survived 4 years there, made it here, you're gonna do some big things here.
Yeah, man. It was honestly, I didn't want to go there. I kind of like went there for another person, but things work out the way they do. But I'm glad I went regardless, because I mean, I learned a lot. It was like a culture 101, man. Like I went there, from like a Midwest like guy, pretty straightforward, like
Right.
to like New York City where there's like every single person from every country in the world
Yes.
walking around you speaking different languages and stuff.
Right.
So different food and everything is
Yeah.
it's fun, I mean, besides the fun, there's a lot of struggle and a lot of grind, but
Well, tell me, give me your New York story about maybe like a something like that costs a whole lot that you weren't expecting, or like the cost of living there. I mean, that's what people always talk about when you mention New York City, is how much it costs to live in a big city like that. Can you give me an example of something you went through or an experience that you had? You just kind of got hit in the face with how much it costs to actually live in a big city like that.
yeah, I mean, it all started like right away, like in Iowa, I rented a house for $600 a month. I
Iowa.
you know
What part of Iowa?
I'm from Cedar Rapids,
Oh, okay.
eastern Iowa.
Yeah.
So like Hawkeye country.
Right. Right.
Um, so like then I moved to Pennsylvania, and I lived in like my first apartment ever, and I was paying like $300 a month, and I was sharing a room with my girlfriend, and I was like, man, this freaking sucks, dude. Like, I don't even have a driveway, and like, I'm
Wow.
paying more. I'm paying this much money to just share a room with somebody. Like, this is crazy. And then when I moved into New York City,
Yeah.
it doubled, and then I got less space, and I had a 5-floor walk up.
Wow. So imagine
Like,
you had to move furniture all the way up, your furniture
yeah,
and stuff?
yeah, I did that. And
Why do people
so
do
like, yeah.
Why do people do it? Why do people live there? I mean, it's insane.
I don't know, man. Like, I visited before, and I just never wanted to go back there. And then my ex-girlfriend at the time, she was like, my girlfriend, now my ex, but she, like, her business and her work is in like magazine editing. So she writes for like Women's Health and like Women's Fitness and like those big top health women's magazines. So like, that's where they're at. So like, she had to go there. But to answer your question, people like will go there for opportunity. They're just drawn into the city, and like just what you can you never know who you're going to meet either. You could bump into somebody that could give you like, the biggest chance of a lifetime, so people will stay. I don't know why people stay as long as they do if they're not making millions of dollars.
Right.
But
well,
that's why I got out of there. I was like, yo, I need a car. I need a house. Right. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah. Smart man that you decided to make that move, man. Because a lot of people get stuck. They get stuck there.
Yeah.
I knew some guys, some families living there, man. They had an extended family, 3 families in one little house in Jamaica, Queens. And always worked. They were always working. And when they weren't working, they were sleeping. And then you get up the next day and go right to work. I was telling them about how beautiful it is down in Dallas and in Oklahoma, places like that. And they were just like looking at me like a deer in the headlights. Like they will never get out of that environment just to be able to see how well quality of life and other people are living in different states. It's almost like out in New York, anything. That's their attitude,
I don't get it, man. Like, it's wild to me. I like saw some people in the industry I work with, and they're making the same amount of money as me, and they were like 10, 20 years older than me, and they've been doing it for like 10, 20 years. And I'm like, wow. Why are you still here? Wow. Like, how are you still doing this? Like, I was like, you could go somewhere else, make the same, if not like a little bit less, but you can have a lot more.
Absolutely. So tell me, Nick, just kind of change paces a little bit here. How have you been? What type of reactions have you been getting around town with this coronavirus thing? Are people starting to kind of let it go, or are people still like real tense and stuff like that around you? What are you seeing?
Yeah, so I've been going for like runs almost every single day. So I've been
let
running
everybody
around,
know you're in Oklahoma City, right?
Yeah, OKC. I'm downtown OKC. So like I'll go for a jog,
Right.
And like I'm starting to see all the restaurants opening back up, and I see a lot of people at the restaurants, and they're not sitting too close, but I can see they're filling up. But I've seen it becoming a little bit more lax, a little bit more relaxed, like less people wearing the face masks, especially like when I go to like a grocery store or something. Like before, it was like, wear the face mask, all this, and I don't see that as much anymore. But
well, good.
I still will like see some people that'll be wearing one, and they see me not wearing one, and they kind of just move away from me. Okay. So I'm like, whatever, that's they're just watching out for themselves probably, but
yeah, pretty much. So you make a good point there, Nick. I just basically this is the part of the show where I kind of hit you right in the face, right between the eyes, and I ask you questions. I just want you to answer them, just truthfully. Possibly. My audience is growing each and every day. So
Yeah.
I want to have a wide variety of people on. And you have an interesting background, and we met, at the car wash.
Yeah. At the car wash. Yeah.
Yeah, man, you were there in a big bad Range Rover, man. That thing was like off the
Yeah.
chain, man. That's a hell of a vehicle, man. So
Dude, I know. I'm trying to get like my guy, like my buddy, dude. Like he just
yeah, that takes some serious scratch right there to keep that going.
yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So
So what I was alluding to was basically I always ask all my guests, tell me the strangest story that ever happened to you in your life, bro. I mean, like the weirdest, strangest thing that you probably wouldn't even believe it. And then I'll tell you mine. Because yours can't be crazier than mine. And if you want me to tell you mine first and give you time to think of yours, I can do that. So either way, we can flow with
I got one. I know I got a lot of them,
it.
but this one, I know I was gonna tell one, but I'll tell this one. So, like my buddy does MMA, so he's in like the UFC, and he's in like a grade below UFC, which is called Bellator.
Okay.
It's like the minor leagues of baseball for like UFC, basically. So he's helping a buddy of his go into a fight. So he's like telling him what to do. He's managing him in the fight. So then we're up in Connecticut at this casino called the Mohegan Sun.
Okay.
And this guy that, I hop on a train from New York City. I go up there. I see the fight. My buddy's there. He's coaching this guy. This guy wins, knockout. And it's like time to party, time to like celebrate this.
Absolutely.
So we're like, we're gonna walk around. We're gonna like grab some drinks, and we're gonna like find some girls, hopefully.
Sure.
And we run into these three girls.
Oh, hey,
and
let me warn you for a second.
Them,
my internet may cut off. If it does, just call me back or I'll call you back, but we'll get it back together. So go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
So like we're walking, we see these three girls coming towards us. One of them is a huge fighter. She's what's her name? Dang it. Rossi? I wish I remembered that part.
Diana Rossi or whatever.
No, not that big, but she's like up and coming to be that. She's like the top in this Bellator thing. So like we see her and she's got her manager and her friend with her, and they're like, "Hey, you want to come up to our hotel room and grab some drinks?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, yeah." So we all go up there, and like my dude, the fighter, and like the manager, they go off into another room. So then it's just me, my buddy Carrington, and like the girl that's a fighter, and then her like trainer who's also a fighter. And like I look over at this girl, the main fighter, and her name is Heather or some shit like that.
Okay.
And she's looking at me. She just won her fight, and she's looking at me like she wants to rape me. She's like wants me. She like is staring at me like, oh my God, I just want to jump and pin you down and do whatever I want to you. And I'm like, you could. And like, but have you ever seen?
So she's so big, you wouldn't do anything with her. She would probably you down, and bro, you would be.
Dude, yeah. I'm like, and I don't know. Have you ever seen a fighter after a fighter's face after a match?
Yeah.
She's just looks like meatloaf, Yeah,
I cringe when I watch them MMAs, man, with the women. It's just brutal, man, to see a woman getting in there and getting all beat up like that.
Man. Yeah, no. So I'm looking at this girl who's got a beat up face, and she's looking at me like she just wants to, do whatever she wants with me.
Right.
Like, and I'm like, I'm actually uncomfortable. I'm like, I want to leave. I'm like, she's not attractive right now. And like the other girl, she's talking to my buddy, and she's like, I'm better at Brazilian jiu-jitsu than you, like doing like karate and, fighting. And he's like, whatever, you're a girl. And she starts like fighting with him. And he's like and he's like, Nick, I got to take off. He's got all this jewelry. He's got rings and necklaces and watches and stuff. You know, he's all decked out with his gear. So he's like, Nick, hold this stuff. And then she starts wrestling him, and he pins her right away. And then he's like, okay, that was fun. Yeah. And then he's like, and then she grabs him again. And she's like, no, I'm not letting you off that easy. You got to do it again. He pins her again. And then she's basically like pinned him in the back, like near the front entrance of the door.
Right.
And like they've been wrestling for 15 minutes. All while I'm looking over at this Heather girl, and she's just getting closer and closer to me. And I'm like, I got to get the hell out of here. She knows I'm weak. Yeah. She knows I'm weak. I can't defend myself.
Yeah. I always wondered what it would be like, you know, dating a woman like that who can kick your ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I don't want it. Yeah. I don't want it.
Yeah, that would be pretty strange. Yeah. Pretty strange predicament. So yeah.
So like he's over at like the entrance of the hotel door, like in the hotel room, and this girl is like on her back with like her legs up in the air, like she's ready to get pregnated or something. And she's like, wrestle me again. and then my buddy calls over to me. Huh?
She said, wrestle me again?
Yeah, she's like, wrestle me again, take me down again. And my buddy is like, his shirt's like ripped. I can see he's getting pissed. And he looks at me, he's like, Nick, grab my shit. And like, I look and I see it's right next to me, and I grab it. And then he's like, let's get the hell out of here. He opens up the door, and I literally run and like freaking long jump over this girl ready to get wrestled again. And we just run out of the hotel room and get out of there. I was like, dude, What the fuck is happening here? That was the weirdest shit I've ever been in.
That's pretty wild, man. It's amazing how things can go from 0 to 100 in a matter of seconds. You know what I mean? So that kind of, that's an amazing story. So what we're going to do here, we've reached the midway point of the show here, Nick, and we're going to just pause for a second here for a station break. You and I can keep on here, but we're going to pause for a second for a station break, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right, buddy. Give it a sec. It's amazing how weird just pausing for a second can feel, you know, when you're not talking or you're not listening. It's just silent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, yeah, this is kind of weird. You know what I mean?
I know.
Crazy.
I'm like, oh, what do I do right now?
Yeah. It's like we're always talking. We're always talking and we're always doing something. I had an interesting conversation with someone a few days ago, and it's about how fast time is moving right now. I mean, come on, man. You know, you remember it's getting ready to be Friday tomorrow. Okay, I met you at the car wash on last Saturday. So, I mean, just think how fast it has been, like a blur. And what I try to what I think it is, man, we're always, as long as we're connected to these cell phones and connected to the internet, we're not anything. I mean, it's almost like information overload. All of the information that we're absorbing as an individual is just incredible, man. You know, and whatever kind of way we get it, whether it's YouTube or the news or television or radio or podcasts or whatever, it's just information overload, you know.
Yeah, it is, man. Like, you can look up any question you have and have an answer in like 5 seconds.
Exactly, man. You know, I tell my daughters, man, I got 2 beautiful girls, and, you know, they got questions and stuff like that. And I always tell them, you know, man, there is no excuse for not having an answer or getting an answer to anything. Okay? You can look it up, you can Google it, you can ask me, you can whatever, but trust me, it's out there. Somebody has asked that same question. You know? Yeah.
Somebody has done it on YouTube and shown you how to do it.
Exactly. And that's what makes YouTube so terrible. You know, it's funny because, you know, you could be going good and, you know, being on YouTube and stuff like that. But somebody will always make the comment, you watch too much YouTube. You've been watching too much YouTube. You know, as if people on YouTube don't have credibility. But I argue, man, there's people on YouTube with better credibility than people on the news and ABC and NBC and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah.
I think
Absolutely.
it truly is the equalizer. I think once it came out, now you can go and you can find unbiased news and reporting and stuff like that. And you don't have to just believe whatever you hear or whatever on the radio. You can do your research, do your own research.
I know, man. Like, you watch like the big radio TV stations and I'm just like, what? Like,
right.
I mean, like Fox News is an example, but like, just like the opposite flip flop. You go CNBC to Fox News, it's crazy. Like over here. It's like, and some people watch that all day.
Yeah. Remember newspapers? Know how they're coming a thing of the past now? Nobody really reads newspapers anymore. I used to work for a newspaper. And it was the largest. Well, you've heard of the Oklahoman, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I used to work in the media there, man. And let me tell you, man, it's just once you get in that type of arena, you kind of understand, you can kind of see how it's reported. And you can tell propaganda, you know. And man, there's just a ton of propaganda out there, man. You can barely really believe what you hear and see these days, you know. And it all started with faking the moon landing, but we won't go there. I was going to tell you about my worst, or not my worst, but my just incredible, you wouldn't even believe story. Okay, you ready to hear it?
Yeah, let's hear it. I want to hear this.
Okay, so it's kind of weird, man, but you know, I picked this forum because I always ask somebody else what's there so I can tell them mine, because mine is super weird, dude. It really makes you think. So check it out, man. So I'm in Dallas, man, and I'm in the SMU area down there around 75 Central Expressway. You know where that is? You're from the Denton area.
Yeah, I know where that's at.
Okay. So down there, it's right in the heart of SMU, Southern Methodist University. So I pull up at a gas station, man, like at a Chevron, and I'm just gonna get some gas and go on about my way. So I roll up on the gas station and I see this guy, and he's out talking to a police officer. So he's in his car, he's over here, he's on the pump next to me. I'm on the pump next to him. So, you know, I mean, I'm a pretty cordial guy. You know, just like you struck up a conversation with me, and you had a great conversation at the car wash. So I'm that type of guy. I look approachable.
Yeah.
So no problem there. So the guy says, so I see him talking to the police officer, and he was almost like he was interviewing her. He just had her like her undivided attention. And he was just like talking to her. She was on the stall next to him, and they were just going at it. So when I pull up, he gazed over at me, and all his attention came to me. So I got out and I started, I said, this guy's kind of weird. I mean, you know, I'm already detecting it. I'm already feeling
This is the cop? The cop's looking at you weird?
No, not the cop. The guy that I'm telling you about.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah. So he struck up a conversation with me, and you know, I'm just a little small talk, and I was like, you know, I ain't trying to talk to you, dude. You giving a weird vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Talking to the cop.
Yeah.
Now your attention is all on me, and I don't deserve this. You know, whatever you're selling, I don't want any, right? So I raise up my lift on the back of my vehicle, and he sees some golf clubs inside my vehicle, and he sees a bag, like a duffel bag, and he's like, so are you traveling somewhere? Where are you going? I said, did that guy just ask me, am I traveling somewhere? Where am I going? And at first I just like, I was like, this guy's kind of weird. I thought he was weird. I said, but I'm gonna go ahead and play this off, right? So I just ignored him. So he walked in the store, and then I finished pumping my gas. or I left it in.
Uh-huh.
You automatically leave it on, you know, and let it fill up. So I'm
Yeah.
letting the gas fill up. So I go in to use the restroom. He's in line at the store. So, you know, the store, everybody's in line. So
Yeah.
the line is falling to the back. So when I walk in the door, he just starts a conversation with me like we're best buddies. Hey, man. So you coming in to get your fresh drink, huh? Okay, so where are you really going, though? Where are you headed? I mean, you know, where are you going? I said, dude,
What?
chill out, okay? Chill out, man.
Yeah.
I walked in the restroom. Okay, so he went through the line. So he's all the way out to his car. So I'm walking back out the store. I'm like, I hope this creep is gone. You know, I hope I walk out to my car. There he is, man, sitting at his car, looking at me like this. He was about 6 foot tall, okay?
Okay.
Caucasian guy, blonde.
Uh-huh.
Dude, he looked like an alien or something. That's why I'm saying this is the basis of my story. I know people don't believe in aliens and shit like that, but dude, this is the weirdest human being I have ever seen. This is the weirdest form of human behavior that I have ever experienced. I mean, it was just weird. Every transaction he had with people. He talked to every different person at that gas station, carried on, made sure he had a good conversation with them, and was asking personal questions to everybody. And then, I mean, when he saw that I was rattled and I was a little bit, you know, creeped out, you know, he just kept talking, man, like he didn't understand. Hey, dude, you are, you know, this guy could call the cops on you or something if he thinks you're too weird and you're in my company.
Yeah.
Me to call the cops, I'm gonna get a jack handle or something out of my trunk and be ready, you know, for this guy. Cause I mean, he was so weird, man. And his eyes, man, they were rolling the back of his head and they were just kind of, I can't even explain it, bro. But
Jesus.
Story is, man, just when you think you've met them all or seen them all, or, you know, the type of person, here comes this ultra weirdo around. Dude, I don't know what planet this guy was from, but I guarantee you he wasn't from this one.
Bro,
That's my
I'm
story.
thinking,
And I'm sticking with it.
I'm thinking like maybe this dude's like a sociopath or something, man. Like you don't know.
I was thinking,
you know,
that, or even like undercover. I was thinking, okay, we're at SMU. He might be like an undercover police officer or something, trying to find out who's on drugs and all this kind of stuff.
That could be that's a scenario too.
Yeah,
that's a scenario.
Because he was straight dressed like, you know, a regular guy, but man, the questions he was asking everybody were just like personal questions, and you don't normally get that from somebody when you just drive up to, you know, in a regular random place, you know. But
that's weird, man.
Yeah, it was. It was just one. I mean, man, I've lived in California. You know, I was Houston, Texas, the Washington, D.C., Maryland area, Oklahoma. So, you know, I've been to each coast, and then I've been here in the Midwest, and I've been down south. So, you know, I've seen a lot of different types of people, but I've never seen anybody that weird before, man. And to this day, I'm still saying, what was he? Who was this guy?
Yeah.
He's something or somebody. And it just weird. He act like he wasn't from this planet, man. So, but anyway, that's my story.
That reminds me of a dude I met in New York City. Like I had my dog there. I got a black lab, so I always took her out for walks, and she loves every person that she meets. She loves people. She doesn't really like to say hi to dogs. She likes people because she thinks she's a person. And so like we got this like white dude walking up to us in like downtown Manhattan. He walks right up to us and like he's like, "Hey, how's it going? Like, can I pet your dog?" And he like goes to pet my dog, and like Lilu immediately like tail goes between the legs, and she does like a circle right around me and hides behind me. And I'm like,
wow,
whoa, who are you? And why would she do that?
Yeah, that's,
you know.
Yeah,
and he was a white dude.
Wow.
You know, I'm like, most white guys are like the serial killers, you know? So like, that's what I thought.
That is, yeah. I mean, when it don't feel right, you say, man, if it walks back like a duck and waddle like it's a duck, you know? And I think
Yeah.
that's what a lot of times we're in denial. We want to believe something good to an extent,
Yes.
you know, and
I
man,
know.
yeah, that's crazy, man. So
If I had
yeah,
a time machine, I'd go back and follow that guy. I want to see where he went. I want to know who he is. I want to investigate that dude.
I do
Just
too.
like your guy. Go back and see what he's doing. Where's he
Yeah,
going?
man, if I ever see this guy, you know, man, I mean, because, man, they say, you know, there are different type of species on this planet and stuff, man. There's stuff we don't even see. It's stuff that other people see that you don't see, you know, and it's crazy, man. So you never really know. You never really know. But that was probably number one. I'll tell you one more.
All right.
Because it is interesting, and it's kind of a little bit on along those same lines. And you know, I'm 56 years old, man, so I've lived a long life. I got a lot of stories, okay, and this is my forum to, you know, to bring this kind of stuff out. So, you know, I don't know if I told you, but I owned a janitorial business before.
No.
Okay, so we had the contract with this old historic building in downtown. Okay, and the building was probably 120 years old, man.
Uh-huh.
When I got the contract, I got it for some reason. You know, I got it through another contractor, and I was the subcontractor. So even though I had my own business, they had the contract. So they just called me to come in and sub under them. So it was
Gotcha.
We had a lot like that. We had a lot of contracts like that, and it was usually pretty easy, and they went pretty smoothly because, you just had to abide by the contract. So, you know, but I always ask, is there any particular reason why you're changing cleaners, or this particular guy that was doing it didn't work out? Because, you know, I want to do that as I'm not only doing my bid, but just, you know, because
you don't want to repeat the same thing like that was a mistake before or something. Exactly. You know, you want to do a better job.
Or if somebody died there or something, you know, go ahead and let me know so I can tell you right now, you know, I don't want to do this, you know. Well, anyway.
You're talking like old person, like a person died in there, or they died from the job?
Right. Either way, bro. But we're in a public building. If somebody is the reason why it's so spooky, well, what I try to say to you is that the place was really spooky. Okay.
I don't like those. I don't like those places.
At night, we had to go downstairs to like a room down below. I don't know what you call it, but you go down these stairs, and the stairs were all tile floors, and so I heard creepy sounds in there. Okay, and when I was cleaning, I heard somebody almost like they were walking down the steps on a regular basis every night around the same time. It's so.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it creeped me out to the point where, man, I was afraid to go there anymore. You know, I mean,
I got goosebumps.
Big old man. I could take a weapon or something in there with me, but it was just so creepy, man. So I took somebody in with me, and both got freaked out before she actually heard it. But because when I told her, I said, "Did you hear that?" And she got freaked out and just ran out.
Yeah.
Before she could validate if she was hearing what I was hearing. But man, like every night, man, you would hear somebody walking down the steps in this old ass, creepy ass building. I just said, you know what? This is not worth the price of admission. I'm kind of one of those guys where I don't ride the roller coaster for a thrill. That's not the kind of being. Is not the thrill I'm seeking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Where was that, in OKC, or where's that building? I want to know. It's in Oklahoma City.
Yes, it's an old historic building. It's right there on Uptown too, right there in that area. I think where you live. It's an old history building or something. I'll get back to you on it. I'll tell you the exact address and everything. And I'll just let you go by there and just check it out and see. Don't it?
Yeah.
It's creepy.
I'm gonna be like, I'm not going in there. Not going down to the basement. That's for damn
Just,
sure.
yeah, I mean, it's like I'm not a fan of horror movies or anything like that because I'm not a one that's gonna stick around and put up with all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm out. I'm gone.
Oh man.
I get, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but
Yeah.
that's my second crazy story. But
Yeah, I can't do ghosts and stuff like that. I don't know why, but like, why do girls like scary movies? Do you notice that? Like,
I
I
think
don't get that.
the only thing I can think of is just so they can be closer to you, so they'll need you to protect them. That's that. And if that's the case, then we can work with that. I'll try to play like I'm not afraid. but really deep down in my heart, I'm just the old scary ass.
Dude, you're braver man than me. I'm like this. I got my eyes covered. I'm like covering my ears. I'm like,
right.
I don't want to see this.
Yeah. So yeah, but so anyway, man. So what's going on with you right now in your life? What are you trying to? You got any short-term goals trying to reach? Anything like that? Anything interesting that's going on you'd like to discuss?
I mean, I got this new job starting up with Amazon on Monday. So like I starting a new career, and I'm gonna be, going into something where I'm like coaching people, like a group of people. But I've been a coach in the past for like athletic programs. So I'm just going to try to bring that into that, new space, like try to treat everybody like a team, try to motivate people, try to keep them, on the task, like keep them happy, spread good vibes. And but like, as far as like short-term goals go, I just really want to rack in my money. I want to get my car in the month. So like that's been a goal. So I'm going to hopefully get this car in a month. And then from there, I'm just going to rack my money every month and then try to eventually get a house.
Okay. Sounds like a solid plan, man. Because in these trying times, in these economic times that we face right now, especially the fact that we're in a deep depression right now. It may not look like it, but financially, yes, we are in a deep depression. So the best thing to do is to have a plan and to buy tangible things, real estate, things that you own, car, all that kind of stuff, it's important. The gold and silver. I am stacking silver right now. So, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? We can talk a little bit more about that. I'm going to have a gold and silver guy on my show here coming up. So we're going to do kind of like a open format, open forum, maybe have 2 or 3 different feeds going out in different directions. So that's going to be real interesting. So, but nice. I'd like to invite you back on the show.
Yeah, man.
Just to come out here and rap to me, man, and just kind of tell me what's going on in your world, man. Like I say, it's the Relevance Podcast. We talk about things that really matter. I just want to talk to the everyday person, the superstar, the athlete, from a famous movie star to the guy on the street. Come on my show. Let's sit down. Let's rap, man. We have this incredible technology out here these days where, like you and I right now, we're on a Zoom conference call, which is really what most of the companies are doing right now, since during the lockdown, they want everybody at home. So we're perfecting this Zoom thing. And, every time I do an interview, actually, I'm going to turn this interview into an MP3 and use it for my podcast, which won't show the video part. But it's great that I can get both aspects of it because I do put these on my YouTube page. So
gotcha. Nice.
Yeah, just wanted to let you know that. But thanks a lot again, Nick, for coming to the show, man. Just sitting down here and rapping with me, man, and just coming into my little office space here and sharing some of the things you're going through, and just being cool enough, man, to give me a little bit of your time. So I appreciate that, bro.
Hey, it was awesome, man. Like, it's good to break up the days, like some of these days are long and, you kind of get like doing the same thing. And it's good to like talk to somebody that you don't usually talk to every day and then have a laugh and get goosebumps on your arm when you hear about ghost stories, you know, like things like that.
Exactly. Well, let me ask you this. Are you missing sports right now? Are you a Dallas Cowboys fan or anything like that?
Well, actually, I don't know if any of your viewers out there, your listeners out there are big OU Sooners fans.
Right. Oh,
But
I am. Did you know I was?
I didn't know that, but you're looking at Hollywood Brown's one-on-one trainer during the combine in
Awesome,
2019.
man. That is freaking awesome. Are you kidding me, man? You
No,
were
I did it
Hollywood.
down in Miami.
Man, that is freaking awesome. And that guy right there, boy, he had speed, didn't he, to burn or what?
Oh man, he's crazy fast. And he's like so confident, and he's just, you know, very humble still too. Came from not a whole lot and just works hard, like,
Man,
and
that is
believes in
awesome.
himself.
Man, I'm glad you mentioned that. I never had any idea that you trained a phenomenal athlete like him, man. He's not even that big, is he? What size is
No, he's
he?
about
5'9",
he's
170
like,
pounds?
yeah, about 170 pounds. Like when I was working on with him, I was beefing him up because like the combine comes in and they weigh you. So like it was my goal to put muscle on him to get him to weigh more.
Okay.
So, I mean, I only got so much time with him, but yeah, we were able to get him up to about 176. But still, like,
yeah, that's
most wide receivers are like 200 up
yeah,
to 220.
yeah.
But
There
he's got speed.
when I was there, my roommate in college, his name was Lee Morris. He had a son that played at OU this past year, Lee Morris Jr., which was a wide receiver there. And but man, his hands, man, that guy had the best hands, but he didn't have a lot of speed. But he was tough.
Yeah.
He was a tough guy. He was only 5'8", 5'9", 180 pounds. But he was tough. And I know football, man, is a tough sport, bro. You just can't. You got to be tough, man. To take all those skin burns and stuff on the.
Yeah.
This is stuff people never talk about, man. The skin burns on the artificial surface, and it's concrete, man. And oh my God, some of those injuries they used to tell me about, man, like your toe turning backwards, you know, like running on the turf, and your toe actually your big toe. Oh my God!
I
think about that.
It's like you know, no, it's like common day gladiators, dude. Like literally out there, like throwing their bodies around, like breaking bones and stuff, man. Like
absolutely,
it's like the closest to gladiators that we got.
Yeah, I guess the money's worth it. I mean, I've never seen that much money, been offered that much money. So who knows what I would do if that much money were put in front of my face. But I'm going to tell you, man, when I saw the movie Concussion, did you see that with Will Smith?
No, I haven't seen that.
But it really turned my whole perspective about football all the way around, man. I mean, those guys are out there sacrificing nerves and inside their body, man. There was a guy I went to school with, man. He's got that Lou Gehrig's disease because he got hit so many times. Now he's about 75 pounds, man. He's like Earl Campbell, round, and so but I mean, but then you have a guy like Emmitt Smith that played 15, 16, 17 years and never hardly got hurt. So, man, I guess,
there's got to be something more to it. Like there's got to be like, we can talk about it more, but there's got to be some, like, some people are more susceptible to those kind of hits or something like that. There's got to be some kind of genetics going on where you're like tougher than the hits and then, something like that.
Yeah. I think just like immune systems, some people have better immune systems than others.
Yeah.
People might have better genetics in their body where they can take pounding and stuff like that more so than another person. Yeah, that's a good point. So, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show, Nick. I like to keep these short and really responsive because most of my listeners out there, everybody's busy, man. They don't have time to listen to a 45-minute to a 1 hour podcast, but they'll listen to a 30-minute.
Absolutely.
All right, my man. Well, hey, man, appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming to the show. I look forward. I'll bring you on again sometime within the next month or so, and we'll just kind of catch up and see how things are going with you.
Yeah, man. Hit me up.
All right. Sounds good. Nick Lee, ladies and gentlemen, we're signing off.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Bye.